Greetings, my friends. I am called to return to speak about different ideas, subject, and there was a decree, very important decree that's been that the archangels have been authorized to remove all the archons and the Luciferian and satanic forces to be returned to the source. And there's going to be a deep separation of the timeline, the fifth dimension, the timeline of the paradise timeline of grace and ease, those who choose it, to love, the service to others, the consideration and respect for life, will be able to stay within their physical body. The other ones will be unable to interfere with that, less and less, because things are accelerated, and they will not be able to stay within the body, and they will be moved to the lower astral plane. The lower astral plane is a place which we call hell, but it's not really hell, but it's like how Dante in the Divine Comedy explained. It is a pain that is repetitive, repetitive pain again and again and again and again. And those who are trapped within that, the only way out is to call on the assistance of higher being that will liberate them. But so there is there is really a split of the timeline, so that but the good news is that with all the work that we've done, we made a lot of space within ourselves to welcome the new light, or the new energy of the source, and we have to go to continue to go deep, to continue to the call to go within is stronger and stronger, and we need to fall in love with our true self, with our divinity. It's really what, because that's a love that will never betray us, that will never leave us dry or anything like that. For soul connection, sometimes romantic love can be very painful when it's not reciprocated, or it's like there is, depending on the conditions. So it's like it's important to remain calm and detached in relationship to all outcome, to realize the fifth dimension is within, and it's not dependent on external circumstances or environment. Although we are understand it's only temporary, everything that's going on outside of us is only temporary, and we're eager to move towards this new reality. I wanted to discuss some ideas. I'm going to pull a few cards first, and about to talk about money, and for it's the for everything is energy, but the wind of change is really an artificial intelligence and the internet and all some of the things that we're confronted on a daily basis. The the wind of change is really the observer. There is this wind of change. The wind has turned. What we need, the higher wisdom, is what is superficial. All that shines. There is all that shines. That is the surface, the facade of things. But it's important to know what's going on within. What we need to understand is the equitable being, to be fair, to be transparent, to be balanced, to be just. What we need to do is to be flexible, to remain flexible for a little while, and to be firm within our principle. And the outcome is the time of living, the departing, the great turning point is upon us. And so for this, like money is an energy like everything else, but the all the financial system is a Draco-reptilian base of enslavement, and the agenda of the deep state. They had this agenda for 2030, but they see that it's not working, so they're accelerating their program of digitalizations. The more we can use cash, the better. I continue to use cash, and never, for any circumstances, avoid at all costs to use the QR codes, and those are really like when you traveling, you have no choice. You present it, but do not use that unless you really have no choice. And for the dark programs, are always presented with a very pretty facade, very pretty words, and so because they wanted to make attractive. But we have to renounce all the authorities of the matrix and set our own rules to exist outside of the as much as possible, to establish our own rules, not to accept things that are unacceptable, and if possible to step out of the internet and social media. That's something I'm really looking forward to do very soon. I mean, the phones we use are actually very detrimental to our mental health and our physical health. We don't realize that, but if you step away from it from 1 week, you'll see a great deal of increase in vitality. So it's like, I don't mean to completely let it go, but we need to check out the importance and the messages and it's kind of practical for certain things, so we're going to continue to use it, in truth the digitalization of the world is really creating a lot of loneliness, a lot of separation. It's when you go through the transport, like when you take a bus or something, you see, or the train or something, you see that everybody's entranced. It's like they're like, most people are like zombies. They're completely entranced into their phones. That's what that's what they forget to look outside, to feel the world around them. So we need to return to physicality and sociability. They're trying to turn human souls into bio-robots, that are submissive so to say they can sell, they can buy, and the surconsummation of things. I think advertising, from a cosmic standpoint, should be illegal. When you need something, you find it, but to push things into other people's mind is advertising is kind of we can use it to educate, but the way they do it is just same thing with artificial intelligence. So it's like there is also two sides: those who are service to the people, to life, to God, to the planet, and those who are serving the deep state and the Draco reptilians. Understanding not all elite and oligarch are working for the deep state. There are some that, thank God, that are working for the light, and there are monies that are coming from the light, as well as for the Nessara Gestara, the gold-backed currencies are coming. They're going to be coming into the world. They're going to free the world, because financial freedom is the key is something that needs to be achieved before the ascension. We need to move back to a world of abundance rather than lack before we can be free of all the need for such a thing. So it's returning to abundance, which we deserve, independence and sovereignty. It is a birthright to feel wealthy, to feel that we don't even need to work for it. It just comes naturally, a return to the prosperity. It's not easy because we're confronted with circumstances that shows us the opposite very often. But understanding the life of God is neutral. God will support everything. Those who have achieved 90% of negativity will ascend into a new level. They won't be able to stay on the earth, but they will achieve a new level within the negativity program and will be sent to another dimension to continue their program. So God supports the positive and the negative. And it's the same for money. Money is completely neutral. It can serve the good or the dark. It does not judge. It is completely neutral energy. All energy comes from the infinite source. So we want to tune into the abundance so it can flow through us. And Monet is not a good master. It is a good teacher and it is a good servant. Same thing with artificial intelligence. It is not a good master. It is a good servant and a good teacher. I've never trusted the artificial intelligence that they use on the internet right now. I know I will be called to work with some of them, but they need to integrate emotional intelligence. When we achieve emotional intelligence, we want to hurt no one. We don't want to transgress the law of God. We know that we don't want brutality, we don't need violence, we don't for all of that. As far as money is, how do we get it, and what are we doing with it? There's some people that have a lot of money, but they're storing it. It's like imprisoning it. But the people that are smart, that have money, they invest it in things that assist the world in growing. And so it's better than the money works for us than to have than working for it. A lot of people are going to be able to drop their job that they don't like just to survive in order to fulfill their passions. For it is in the new reality. It's the new reality is responding more to vibration than efforts. So it is a deconditioning, and the ascension journey is about moving from density into light. And there is two principles that are eternal, which is greed and stupidity. Greed being cupid desire, and stupidity being blind passions. So we can never extinguish that. It is part of the process, greed and stupidity. But we want to be greedy and cupid for pure things, for good things, and we want to passionate ourselves for the light, from something pure that serves the whole, rather than because it's like there is all kinds. For God is it infinitely greedy and infinitely stupid in a sense of God is passionate for the dark and the light, and he's infinitely greedy because he takes possession of all things. But within God, there is the eternal wisdom and love that makes that. So he is able to minister all of that because of his omniscience. But for us, we need to move from impure to pure in terms of what we desire, and in terms of what we are passionate for. But those are not, they're really the engines of evolutions, passions and desires. So it's very important to continue to have these passions and to continue to have this desire to be free of outcome, knowing the best is coming as we tune in to we surrender, we become submissive to the truth of our divinity, which wants the highest good, the best for each and every one of us. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I just wanted, I was called to come and say hello. Thank you very much for liking and for subscribing and for sharing and commenting. I thank you so very much for your donations. And I'm really looking forward to this great shift of energy that is coming, and there is it's all being prepared secretly on the higher planes, and you will all descend at once. So it's like expect the unexpected, expect to be surprised, expect to be free, expect turn into joy, and not to be to allow all the tensions of the matrix finds way to breathe and return to center, to cultivate, to call on assistance from the higher planes in anything that can still create tensions and stress and all that. We need to eliminate all that to move to be free, and we are already we want to be as much as possible that which we seek in each moment of now, and return to that. And so just keep your eyes on the ball. Freedom, truth, beauty, fulfillment, creativity, health, all of that is really what we seek. We want it all, we deserve it all, we are it all. We are already aligned with the vibration of that which we seek. I thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.